What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today, BTC USD. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. It's the first day of July. The very, very first day of July. Here we are at $107.3 thousand. 21 hours, 36 minutes left in the day. It's a new month. It's a new day. It's a new week also, right? We're only 2 days into this week, not even. We're like a 1 day and 3 hours into this week here. Bearish engulfing candle to start the week off on Monday, and retrospectively this should have been pretty obvious, right? We did mention this a couple of times, even though I thought we would still continue to move up a little bit more. Top off at a place that might have been at the 886 before seeing any kind of downside. We tipped the 786, and that's okay. But it makes sense that we move down because we moved up over the weekend, and typically when you move up over the weekend, you at least move down in the beginning of the week, if not throughout the week, right? So it's very possible we could still go lower. I wouldn't be surprised at all. My expectation was to go from the 886 back down to the golden ratio zone, or maybe even the 6.9 here. But now that we're so close to it, I bet we do go down to the golden ratio at about 106.5K. I wouldn't be surprised at all if that's what we did, inevitably. And I do think we go a little bit lower. We're going to get into that in just a second. So let's go. Looking at this on a 15-minute time frame, the 15-minute RSI does look rather, bearish overall, if we're being fair. Like connecting the dots here, we are still in this downtrend move. Maybe we move up one more time and we find resistance right here at the same area we've been finding resistance on time and time again. We have this ascending triangle look, and that's nice, but that doesn't necessarily mean we have to go up. Ascending triangles are nice, and I feel like the RSI does respect these patterns a little bit more. Maybe it's not an ascending triangle, I don't know, but flat tops with ascending lows, we love to see it. Even if we do go higher, I would still assume that we have lower to go. Overall, the RSI is bearish, right? Predominantly, we are living below the 50. We're gasping for air above it. That's not normally a good thing, right? Getting oversold without getting overbought, not normally a good thing. But turning it around here and not getting oversold for once, I guess that is good. It's not a bad thing, but I'm not entirely sure if we continue to go up. All that to say, there are some good things going in the 15-minute RSI. We're at 107.3K now. Maybe we move up a little bit. Perhaps we get a higher high in the RSI or in the price here and a lower high in the price or something like that. And then we continue to move down. I'm not expecting too much to come out of this, right? I would expect that we do move down a little bit. 1 hour time frame, I think, illustrates that a little bit more. We are in this downtrend in the 1 hour RSI, right? Looking at this here from a high here and coming down, we are very much in this 1 hour downtrend. We've had one dip into the oversold zone. Typically, you can see you've got two dips here, right? You had two dips here before you went down here. I would think that we get two dips into the oversold zone, or at least at the oversold zone before we go higher. That's not a standard. That doesn't need to happen, but it's just something I feel like that does happen, right? Little like one dip here, two dips there. One dip here, two dips. It went to the oversold zone, but not into it. Multiple, right? Two right there. Two dips in the overbought zone, right? Stuff like this. It's not a requirement. Sometimes you get one and then you're done. It happens. I'm not saying it can't happen, but look at how that one and done reacted, right? One and done, right? Multiple here, you didn't have a one and done, right? You came up here and you rejected the 60. That doesn't count, right? Here, let's just see if we can, two right there. Oversold and then you ripped all the way to the overbought zone, right? Stuff like that. This one, okay, there you go. There's a one and done, and it wasn't an immediate rip. I'm not saying it can't happen, but again, just typically looking at that, typically when you get oversold, you continue to get oversold. It's like the beginning of the end, okay? I think we're at the beginning of the end of this move down, but we have a little bit lower to go. Does that make sense? That's what I'm trying to say. From a low here to a high there, we found support at the 1272 area. We went all the way up and found resistance to the golden ratio. Very typical whenever you're coming back down, right? Especially from this area here. I'm going to turn this off, man. Hold on. Because I'm getting... Oh, okay. Hold on. That's not what it is. Let's see. There we go. I'm getting too many. I don't know if you guys can hear all those vibrations, but it's making me irritated. I'm getting irritable. Going from the golden ratio and down, this is somewhat productive. I will say right here, the fact that we didn't see a lower low right there is productive, but the fact that we're still seeing lower highs, I would say it's still more productive to the downside than it is to the upside. So next target area I would expect is like 106.3K. Keep this in mind, okay? 106.3K. We're going to put this line right here at the golden ratio, okay? Right there. You'll go just below that low, just below. And maybe go even a little bit lower than that, but we're going to put that line right there, and we're going to look at this on a 4 hour time frame and find, my friends, we will find that from a high overall here to a low overall here, that is right where the golden ratio is. So we might come down. It makes so much sense. I didn't get that perfectly. I'm sorry. High to low there. Makes so much sense that you go from the 786 down to the golden ratio, you find support, and then you continue to run. That's exactly what you'll do. We've already found support on there once. I think we will continue to find support on there again. Do we have to go there? No. Could we just go up instead? Sure. Ultimately, we're very bullishly postured. I would say that if you're getting a bearish vibe from this video, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. Understand that we're at 107.3K. Talking about the price going down $1,000 does not make me bearish, right? I'm actually bullish, right? I'm talking about the price only moving down $1,000. Why am I not talking about it moving down more? That's because after that, we're going to rip, right? So even if that doesn't happen, cool, we just rip. That's great. We're going up higher. We're absolutely going up higher. This, again, is a very bullish configuration right here. The way that we're consolidating here is more bullish than here, right? We just basically rejected in a very short amount of time. Both these times here, we're flirting with this rejection zone. We're probably going to break through, right? I think we've even actually have broken through. Let's see, from a high. That was not well drawn. Let me get it here. Ready? From a high. Come on now. Give me the high. Right there. All right, there we go. High. Okay, we haven't broken through yet. But we're about to. We are about to. We absolutely are. We've got lower lows in the 4-hour RSI, okay? Higher lows in the price. That is bullish. It's hidden bullish divergence. It's a good thing. But maybe we go a little bit lower. It's not so typical whenever you get overbought, right? Whenever you're getting overbought in this area, it's not so typical to find support here, right? I mean, you found support here this one time in all fairness. Most of the time, though, you see where you do find support. If you're going lower, you see where you do find support. It's right here at the 40 or below, between like the 40 and the 35 area. That's where we typically find support or resistance even, right? Typically, we go down here to find support, right? Sorry, that's the 45. Typically, we go down one more. We did find support here, but we continue to go lower, right here, lower, lower, both of those times, right? Lower, right here. It's not so typical that we find support up here in these downward moving trends, okay? In fact, the only times that we found support here were on the upward trends. If we look at that, right? You found support there, upward trend. You found support right here, upward trend, higher lows, right? Every other time, whenever it's like a sideways trend or a downward trend, you find support at this lower area. So just saying there that I would think that we go a little bit lower, painstakingly so, just really driving that home there. What else? What else is there? I mean, what about a high to low, or a low to high? I mean, low to high. That's right there. We're talking about 106.3K, 105.8K is the 236. Maybe that's where we go. Maybe we go just below that area. And that would be great. You know, that really would be great, because then it kind of enacts this idea that I had back here that we'd go below this area to find support. And we still could go below that area to find support. And as soon as we got below that, that's actually where we'd find support. People would capitulate because we're below the consolidation phase. Maybe we do that here, but instead of going all the way down here, we just go right here. We broke out of this zone. Oh no, Bitcoin broke out. It's definitely going lower. And then right then, that's actually whenever we move up. You know, something like that could happen. Bitcoin likes to mess with people, if you can't tell, throughout all the sideways mayhem and volatile mayhem that we've experienced over the past couple of weeks here. Daily time frame. Looking at this on the daily time frame, we are rejecting the 60, which is not necessarily good in itself. The daily RSI is one thing that makes me wonder if we'll go lower, and this is why every video I think that we've made for Bitcoin over the past week, we still have considered that going below this low at 98K is a possibility. Absolutely it is, you guys. We could absolutely go below that low and still be fine. If we go down there, if we go to the 382, it's not a big deal. We are finding resistance at the 069 right now. We have a relative double top. I mean, it's very possible that we do go down. I just don't think we do. But if we go down there, if we go down to 95K, 96K, whatever, somewhere in that zone, it's not a problem. We'll just move down, and then we'll move up. It's simple as that, you know what I mean? Maybe a little bit more heart-wrecking than that, but not anything crazy. Inevitably, I think we're going to continue to move up. I personally don't believe that we move to a lower low. We're just talking about it because if it happens, it's nothing to be afraid of. It's just a better opportunity to buy and to hold and to definitely not sell. I think we're in a prime position to move up. I think there's more bullish things going for us than bearish things right now. So I don't think that we're going to go below this low. I think we're most likely going to go. I mean, here we are at 107K. I wouldn't be surprised if we broke above 120K well before we ever break below 100K again. You know what I mean? We're a lot closer to 100K. So 121K, 140K, that's next on the list. We're coming for it, man. Maybe by the end of this week we could be there. If not, certainly sometime between now and the coming weeks in July. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. All right, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.